Yo, what up? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I hope y'all are excited. I am definitely excited to be back. And today, I'm here to talk about some college women's basketball. And I hope y'all excited, man, like I just said for the second time. I want to talk about the Angel Reese and the Caitlin Clark situation. And yes, I'm going to be talking about the NCAA women's game from Iowa and LSU. Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Two of some of the most exciting basketball players, not just women's, but basketball players in the world right now. I just wanted to say that that game was definitely very entertaining for what it was. No, the scoreboard isn't going to show that, but Caitlin played a phenomenal game. Angel played a phenomenal game. Alexis Morris, Jasmine Carson, I mean, everybody did their part. Everybody was hooping, and big ups to y'all. But now, to get into the juicy stuff, because I'm excited, bro. I really want to talk about this. This is like, to me, the biggest thing in the world right now, and it should be, and it is definitely a great thing that it is, but we have to address it. DC 22 versus Bayou Barbie. Who won this matchup, you may ask?
Well, duh.
The true winner at the end of the day is Angel Reese. Angel Reese came out there and did what she needed to do to make sure her team went to a different level this year, and that's exactly what happened. They went to the highest level and they won it all. I mean, for like half of the, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be real. While I was watching, I literally I might have been tripping, but I legitimately couldn't see her.
Oh, brother.
I'm sorry. Okay, that was a bad joke. But no, seriously, it's the way of the game, bro. It's the way of the game. My thoughts. First thing that I really want to touch on is the fact that I'm not going to be 100% a fraud. I'm not going to be a fraud. I'm not even going to be a little bit of a fraud. I'm going to be completely honest. When it first happened, I wasn't the most excited person in the world. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, she did her own taunt back to her. I was actually, a little bit triggered, to be honest, because I did want Iowa to win the game, and I really wanted Caitlin to cover my point spread. I wasn't that excited about it, but at the end of the day, as these days have gone by, and today is Tuesday, April 4th, so it is exactly 2 days since the Natty. It's just literally a part of the game, and, you either respect it or you don't, but at the end of the day, it's part of the game, and it's always been a part of the game. I mean, we've seen it with guys, we've seen it with other sports, we've even seen it from women. It's just that this is a situation in which there was a white woman and there was a black woman. To further elaborate on what I'm trying to explain, you guys may not know this, but there was actually a game that Caitlin Clark had against Haley Van Lith when they played Louisville. The player Haley Van Lith is actually very much known for being a trash talker, as is CC22, and two very talented players. Definitely great matchup, but at the end of the day, Caitlin definitely had some words for her when it all came down to it. And we've seen Caitlin go pretty hard, with the "you can't see me." And we've also seen Caitlin go very hard, and we've also seen Caitlin be pretty disrespectful by telling the girl to shut up and you're down by 15. Even though she was down by 15, it's the way of the game. That's how the game goes. You talk trash, and sometimes you get trash talked, and that's what it is. But with the Angel Reese situation, Angel Reese decided that she was going to do the exact same thing that Caitlin Clark did. But of course, we had a lot of people who were not happy about that. And though I do understand some people, I cannot get down with the whole classless label that they're trying to give her. She brings something to the women's basketball scene. Her and CC22 really bring a lot of competitiveness that really draws in other crowds than just the crowd that the Women's Basketball Association. Those two players are bringing in more attention from other outlets, such as people like men, at that older men, and just people who may not really respect the women's basketball scene as much. So and that's pretty much been what's going on, and I really just want to give you guys my thoughts on that. So first thing that I'm gonna say is, we really need to stop with this whole classless thing. I know I've said it, but we need to stop with it. Caitlin Clark legitimately did the exact same thing. No, it wasn't probably to the exact same extent, but at the end of the day, trash talking is trash talking. It is what it is. It's like the exact same thing if someone trash talks me in the middle of a game and say, "Hey bro, you trash. You're about to go home," and then we end up winning the game, and it just happens to be the national championship, and I say, "Hey bro, you're trash, you're about to go home," and he ends up crying or something. It just comes with the territory. If you dish it out, you have to be able to take it, and I think that Caitlin Clark has done an exceptional job at taking it, and I feel like it has become a thing in which the media, more than anything, has gotten a problem with the situation. If anything, it should probably be the player who has some type of problem with it. We're people. Of course, we love to watch the sport. We love to support the sports. But, I mean, we don't really hold any type of... Okay, let me pretty much try to explain what I'm trying to say. Look at someone like me. I'm a YouTuber. Of course, I love sports. But at the same time, if I hop on here and say, "That was wrong, Caitlin hated that, yada, yada, yada," and then Caitlin goes on SportsCenter like she just did today on April 4th. She goes on SportsCenter and say, "Well, honestly, I mean, I didn't really care. I mean, I think that what she did was very great for the sport. She brings a competitive nature. I'm competitive, and overall, it's helping the game." I think that as media and as podcasters and sport watchers, I think we have to be very aware of the fact that, well, our opinions really don't matter because it's a player's game. I pretty much just wanted to touch on that. Another thing that I wanted to touch on is the fact that there is a huge race issue. There is a race issue, and it really needs to be addressed. And the first way that I'm going to address it is by saying that I 100% fully agree with Angel Reese and her saying that all black, especially black women, should be that way, and black men as well. But I think that as black men, we kind of already know that we can say and do certain things that we probably won't get scrutinized for it. Black women should also be able to express how they feel without getting scrutinized for it on the internet by Twitter fingers. Just to be completely honest, when you look at a situation like Caitlin Clark, I'm pretty sure everyone can agree that when Caitlin did it, because it just happened, she was getting praised, and there were a lot of people that were like, "Oh my gosh, she brings so much competitiveness to the sport, and she's just yada, yada, yada." And Angel Reese does it. I actually took a screenshot of it. It was a reporter. And he used to actually work for Undisputed, like with Skip and Shannon. And I'm so glad he doesn't have his job anymore. But I took a screenshot of it. I'm going to put it up here. And I'm not going to say it, but you guys can obviously see what he said. And, it just kind of blows me that stuff like that happens on the regular to our black athletes. Like I said, Caitlin did not have the exact same treatment. And then he had the audacity. When he was getting completely and utterly scrutinized for it, which was definitely deserved, he had the audacity to go back on Twitter and say, "Well, I said something to Caitlin too." Yeah, but you didn't say anything close to that. And I'm being completely sincere. That was very, very racially motivated, and it always has been racially motivated. We live in a society right now to where if you are black and you have a voice and you speak on what you believe in and you have confidence in yourself, and you take pride in what you do, you're seen as cocky or disrespectful or classless. And you know what? That's okay, because it doesn't matter what any of these other medias or higher ups or anything like that. It doesn't matter what they say, because at the end of the day, it is ultimately you who are playing the sport. You have full control and full power of your situation. And that's why I just ultimately wanted to say, man, I really thank Caitlin Clark overall, because she came out and she said, I don't think Angel Reese should be criticized at all for anything that she has said or done to me, because I do the exact same thing. Next thing that I actually wanted to talk about as well was the fact that I am not feeling this whole Jill Biden thing. First Lady Jill Biden, by the way, like Unc Shay Shay said, you need to sit this one out. You just need to sit down. With all due respect, you just need to sit down. this is something that I don't really think she should have any type of say-so in. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, she basically came out and said that she was going to talk to her hubby and ask him if the Iowa team could also come to the White House with the LSU team who actually won the Natty. It's just completely disrespectful to LSU because of how much work LSU put in to end up to win the championship, and Iowa also put in a lot of work, but they did not put in enough work to go out and win the championship. Our first lady to pretty much try to strip away the greatness of LSU, kind of like split it in half with Iowa, is just severely disrespectful, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't support it, and I really hope that Iowa doesn't go through with it. I'm pretty sure they won't, but overall, yeah, man, I just think like Uncle Shay said, man, I'm gonna just leave it at that, man. You just need to sit this one out. I am so happy. I'm so happy that women's basketball is getting the respect and the recognition that they deserve. I just think that it's time to just start giving them their flowers, which they have been getting their flowers as of recent. In big part, it's really due to those two, you know what I'm saying, gigantic monsters that I keep naming, Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and also many other players as well. Just the fact that I'm making the game exciting and really making it to where a lot of people want to watch, not just women, but everyone wants to watch. It's nothing but respectable, man. Nothing but commendable. And they're definitely making my job a lot better, making my job a lot more exciting, because I love talking about sports in general. And also, I have talked about women's basketball. I don't talk about it as much on my channel, I'm gonna be honest. My goal is to definitely start talking about it a lot more. And so just the fact that it's blowing up and it's getting the recognition it deserves, it really makes it well for a lot of people. And so yeah, man, thank y'all. Thanks everyone for watching this video. Also, I wanted to give a thanks to the people who just avidly watch my videos, even if it's every other video or 2-3 minutes of a video. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the love. And I also saw that, bro, I literally gained 4 subscribers in one day. I went from 81 to 85. Bro, that is literally so crazy to me. Like, I just couldn't even believe the fact that I went up 4 subs like that. It was wild. So I just really appreciate you guys, man. I am obviously Dame from, you already know the name, man. Y'all know the saying too. Go be great.